Good morning. It's March 2nd. We're looking at the S&P 500. I switched over here to a 10-minute chart so we could actually get more on the chart here. And basically a couple of things to note that we traded to notice the open, we gapped down like 100 points. We traded two key turns to the tick right here and then rallied from 90 all the way up here. So that was a pretty big rally right there from 30.20. So we rallied from here all the way up to here. And now we've sold off. We came back to key turns. They held right here above key turns. So that's a thing to notice. They're pushing up higher here. And we have another key turn price at 28.75. So just something to keep an eye on. Now, as far as bouncing goes, we said before 3,000 plus was on the table on Friday. We got all the way up here, pretty close to that 3,022 price. And then if you kind of notice this 3,000 area, we have this 29.94. They didn't come back and test that. So they haven't really come back and tested any of these three prices. So notice how it shot off of here and they didn't come back to this. And then notice where they came back to was right back into this area. So right now we have a couple of things. We have, here's our low, and then here's our high, and then here's our next low, which is higher. So what we need is we need to really have them probably hold above this area, this 29.3375. So if they're going to come back, so watch this area. So a couple of things would happen here. If this is the low, that's the high. And if they pull back, we want them, they pulled back to here, so they put in a higher low. And if they pull back from this area, that will also be a lower high from over here. So if they only pull back to here, still okay. But if they come much lower than here, we're probably talking a lower scenario. But if they were to break up above here, we've got some more room that we can run. Oh, let's look. So from here, it came back up here to this area. Really already tested that. So above here, if we can take this out and of course take this out, then it's really not that 30.65, somewhere up in this area, 30.84. This is not out of the question at all, either of these CPAs. And then if it looks like it's going to be for higher, we'll post that in the chat room. Don't want to get too crazy here with different scenarios. Okay, so that's that. And if they are coming lower, so if they can't hold this 34 area, 33 area, and they start coming lower, I've really used all of this down here already. They've used this for the most part. They've used that. It would likely be that lower 2800s. That's 2805 area, 0550, something like that. So if they can't hold here for higher, they're likely coming down into the lower 2800s. So we'll see how volatile the day is. We've already had 130 point range. So it looks like it's going to keep up. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, I'll be as active as possible in the chat room. And we'll see you in the live trade signals.